Netflix have overtaken Paramount in the bid to buy Warner Brothers. Is this actually probably better? Welcome to the Jack and Pulse, your place for sci-fi news, rumour and debate.
Our tachyon pulse has been unable to completely penetrate the anomaly.
Just a quick video. Can't be bothered to set everything up. But Netflix have actually started to seriously explore the possibility of buying Warner Brothers. Now, as I said to you in a previous video, what I'm being told is it won't be the entire company. They actually want to buy the studio, the IP, the movie side of things, and possibly HBO. But they don't actually want things like CNN. So they don't want this long-running sort of, I think what they call it, legacy channels sort of thing. They're more interested in the stuff that suits them. My understanding is what they'd quite like to do is a HBO Max Netflix bundle, and they would really like at least most of the studio space. They would actually really love to start making a lot more of their own things, and having proper studio space to do that would be beneficial. Also, having access to the intellectual properties, that would be worth a lot of money to a company like Netflix, considering their distribution network, which is global. So, it seems that they might have actually now taken the lead. They've hired the bank that actually helped negotiate the deal when Skydance bought Paramount. And they are working with that bank to actually now explore putting a bid together. Now, Paramount have already made 3 bids. Now, I've said to you that Dave Ellison was looking to get this done deal quickly, partly because he didn't want other bids to come in, but also partly because he feels the political winds at the moment are in his favour. So, they're still trying to put together a next bid. Now, they've done 3 bids already. Apparently, those bids went up to about $23 a share. The general feeling of the people I've spoken to is that more like $30 a share would be necessary to get the company. That is a lot of money. And you'd then also be taking on a lot of debt, equivalent about $50 billion. So, significant. But there is an awful lot of fat within Warner Brothers to cut, and I'm being told again that there is a significant money to be made in trimming a lot of that fat. Also, you have to remember, though, that Warner Brothers are looking at actually splitting the company up already. And if they continue with that and Netflix only buys a portion, obviously they wouldn't be taking on quite so much debt. But Netflix is cash rich. Obviously, Paramount is as well. Dave Ellison and his daddy's billions. But Netflix on its own has massive revenue. They're the biggest streaming provider by a way. And they do have significant cash revenues, whatever. They're very much in the position that they could do this, but yes, bankrolling the debt would be difficult for any business, really. But you've got to remember, Warner Brothers has had significant success in the last couple of years. Things like the Minecraft movie, etc., have actually done really, really well. And Superman, etc., actually did very well in the end as well. So, Warner Brothers has been successful of late. It's the debt that's crippling them. I would prefer Netflix over Paramount for this deal because Netflix isn't really a studio in its own right. Not really. Paramount obviously is. And also the other thing I think is that if Paramount buy Warner Brothers, there would be massive job cuts. They're already planning on closing a bunch of the studio space they've bought when they bought Paramount. They're going to basically cut the ones they don't need, and they're going to upgrade and modernize the ones they don't. They've already started massive job cuts. I think 2,000 are about to be, they've just started doing. Netflix, I think, would come in and it wouldn't be quite so devastating. For one, they would want pretty much all the studio space. Remember, Warner Brothers has one of the largest backlots in California. And all of the IP, etc., I think Netflix would be in a better position to actually take advantage of than Paramount. For me, Dave Ellison has gone, there's blood in the water, so therefore he's really going for this, and he wants to conglomerate, that's not a word, he wants to bring together 2 of the biggest studios in the world and really become a powerhouse of entertainment, movies and television. I think Netflix see this now as an opportunity to really become one of the big studios. A bit like when Amazon bought MGM. But this sale, this purchase of Warner Brothers, it's ambitious, even for Netflix. But if Netflix want to continue to be dominant in the streaming world, which they do, they need content. They need to be able to create new content as much as possible. And buying a company like Warner Brothers would really allow them to do that. So, get into the comments. Paramount or Netflix? Which would you prefer? I'm leaning towards Netflix, I have to admit. What do you think? Get into the comments. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. It really helps us out. You'll never miss any of our new videos. Also, you can become a member of the channel and get to see a lot of these videos before everybody else. Go check that out. As always, please stay safe, and I'll see you next time.
Our tachyon pulse has been unable to completely penetrate the anomaly.